Coming up on Good Morning Biola, Mission Conference returns back to campus.
A look at some of Biola's very own athletics.
And reporter Libby Northup hits the streets at a local ICE protest. All this and more coming up on Good Morning Biola.
Welcome to the first episode of Season 11 of Good Morning Biola. I'm Taylor Lopez.
I'm Anna Roth.
And I'm Hannah Melgoza.
So guys, we have some arts and crafts here, and we are going to dive a little bit into them later in the episode. But yeah, there's a little teaser for what's coming up.
Yes, I love the colors and they're so cute, all the little crafts.
Yes.
This is like a big scrapbook.
No, yeah, it's so pretty.
It's so
they have
creative.
like photo strips. These are so precious.
Yes, we're going to have one of our reporters' page come up later and really take us into a deep dive of her scrapbook.
Well, we have all of that coming up, but starting off, here is some news. This week, Biola University will host its 95th annual Missions Conference, a campus-wide tradition that pauses regular classes to focus on global Christian service. The 3-day event features main sessions in the Chase Gymnasium with smaller breakout discussions with missionaries and ministry leaders, an evening worship gathering that challenges students to think about their roles in the Great Commission. Students will also have the opportunity to connect with dozens of students and organizations at the ministry fair, learning about internships, short-term trips, and long-term vacational mission pathways. This conference encourages students to consider how their major career life goals and spiritual gifts can be used to serve communities both locally and around the world.
The U.S. military is taking nuclear power energy sources to new heights. A massive aircraft cargo has airlifted the nuclear microreactor from March Air Reserve Base in California to Hill Air Force Base in Utah, marking a major step in the push to rapidly deploy the next generation of nuclear energy. They are calling this Operation Windlord. The reactor, developed at Valor Atomics, is designed as a microreactor built to be transported and installed much faster than traditional nuclear plants. The Ward 250 is a 5-megawatt system designed to be transported in standard shipping containers or as a rolling stock on a C-17 cargo plane. This time around, it was transported without the nuclear fuel, as this was just a demonstration flight. Officials say using military airlift dramatically cuts down transport time, showcasing how quickly these reactors could be moved to power remote communities, military bases, or emergency sites. The move comes as President Donald Trump calls for speeding up nuclear energy projects, arguing that expanding domestic nuclear power is key to energy independence and national security. Supporters say small modular reactors offer a low-carbon, reliable power source, while critics continue to raise questions about cost, fuel supply, and long-term waste density. As the administration pushes to accelerate nuclear development, this airlift signals a new phase in how fast America may build its energy in the future.
The Super Bowl halftime show, known for big surprises, just delivered one of its most unforgettable moments yet, a real-life wedding in the middle of the performance. During his history-making set, Bad Bunny transformed the field into a full Puerto Rican wedding celebration, complete with a bride, groom, officiant, and even a reception. What many viewers thought was just part of the show turned out to be completely real. The couple actually said "I do" live in front of tens of thousands inside the stadium and millions watching at home. Reports say the couple had originally invited Bad Bunny to their own wedding, but instead he flipped the script, inviting them to get married during his halftime performance. Special guest Lady Gaga also appeared serenading the moment as part of the wedding reception-style finale. From chart-topping hits to tying the knot, this halftime show proved to be more than just a concert.
So have you guys recently gone to LA to visit or just even see some of the ICE protests going on?
Yeah, I recently went to Griffith Observatory actually for just a fun evening, and there were so many people, so much traffic, so many horns, even more than the usual LA.
I live right by LAX in the Inglewood area, and I love to go to downtown a lot, so I've been seeing a lot of that activity over there, but it's cool to see.
Yeah, one of our reporters, Libby Northup, actually recently went to one of the ICE protests and filed this report.
Today, my friends and I drove down to LA City Hall to participate in a nationwide protest against the violence of ICE. This is something I am super passionate about, but I felt apprehensive because I knew there would be people representing beliefs and ideas I would disagree with as a believer, and I didn't want to be lumped in. But we put scripture on cardboard and decided to go.
Stand up, fight back! When Russell's under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
I'm here, marching with friends of mine in downtown LA, with the people fighting against the violence that we've seen from ICE against immigrants and against citizens who have stood up. There are all kinds of people, all kinds of backgrounds and faiths represented here. How much more important is it that we, as Christians, stand up against this kind of oppression with the gospel as our foundation?
I was nervous, but I actually think it's beautiful that we got to march next to Jews and atheists and even witches, like I said, with the gospel as our foundation, sharing the hope of Christ during a moment of pain and great anger. I think our faith should move us to compassion, and if the world is crying out for justice, we should be too. The church gets to lead the way to a more godly world, and right now, I think that means lifting up and advocating for our immigrant brothers and sisters, and lifting the name of Jesus in places where it is otherwise not lifted.
Thank you, Libby. Now we're going to take a look at some Biola sports with Jackson and Peter.
Welcome to GMB Sports. I'm Jackson Boyles.
I'm Peter Kuntz. And today on GMB Sports, we're going to be taking a look at some Biola sports news and some news from the broader world of sports. First up, Jackson, I know you had some Biola news for us.
Biola's track and field team continued its early success at Mount SAC, a highly competitive track and field meet drawing talented athletes from across the region. One of the highlights from the Eagles was the podium finish from C. Carson, who delivered a standout performance against the tough field. On the women's side, C. Rome Reja also secured a podium spot, showing excellence in her event and contributing to Biola's strong team presence. The Mount SAC competition served as a key early test for the Eagles, giving coaches and athletes valuable race experience as they build towards Pac West and postseason goals. With impressive individual results like these, Biola track and field appears poised for a strong 2026 season.
The 2026 Winter Olympics wrapped up in Italy on Sunday, February 22nd. As always, the games were both thrilling and historic. Let's take a look at a couple of the many highlights. Team USA put on a historic Winter Olympic performance, racking up a country record 12 gold medals, as well as 12 silver and 9 bronze. The team total finished at 33 medals, finishing second in both gold and total medals in the tournament, behind Norway. The Norwegian efforts were spearheaded by cross-country skier Johannes Herfslot Klæbo, who won a Winter Olympic record 6 golds. His career total for gold medals is up to 11, second in Olympic history behind the legendary Michael Phelps, who has 23. Amongst the many standout Olympic performances were the USA hockey teams. The men's team closed out this edition of the Olympic Games by winning their first gold medal since 1980. And for the first time in Olympic history, both the men and women won gold, with both teams winning 2-1 in dramatic overtime fashion over their Canadian rivals.
Thank you, guys. Now we have reporter Taylor Janigian telling us more about Disney's up-and-coming Hannah Montana event. Taylor?
Entertainment this week was big for the Gen Z audience, the new and the nostalgic alike. Disney Plus announced a 20th anniversary special for Hannah Montana, and fans are already blasting Best of Both Worlds like it's 2010 all over again. The show that launched Miley Cyrus is getting a full nostalgia reunion moment, with throwbacks, behind-the-scenes stories, and surprise appearances. As Hannah said, nobody's perfect, but I have a feeling this special just might be. Vanity Fair dropped a profile on a new wave of Gen Z-style talk show hosts who are rewriting the late-night rulebook. Creators like Bowen Yang, Brittany Broski, Jake Shane, and creative formats like Hot Ones and Chicken Shop Date have taken interviews out of the studio desks and into phone cameras, YouTube, and the online space of today. These new stars are all about authenticity and conversations that sheds a new light to knowing the celebrities of today.
So Taylor, I know you were really excited to talk about this Hannah Montana story.
I love Hannah Montana. I actually thought I was Hannah Montana until about second grade, which we don't need to break that down. But yeah, it's really fun to have moved from Detroit over to California right by Hannah Montana's Malibu Beach House.
Yeah, speaking of Malibu, we actually have reporter Libby out there right now doing the weather.
Thank you. I'm here at the Malibu coast, got the lovely pier behind me. We've got beautiful sunny skies. It's a great time to hit the waves if that's what you're into at this wonderful historic location where lots of fantastic movies have been shot. We're going to go ahead and look at the currents here in La Mirada. We had sunrise at 6:28 a.m. this morning and started off nice and cool at about 56 degrees. We're seeing it warm up this afternoon at 76. But it's going to drop back down to about 55 this evening. So you might bring a jacket, bring a couple layers with you to stay warm out there, whatever you're up to. We're going to look at the national forecast happening this week. Over here on the East Coast, things are not looking so lovely. We've got snowstorms, hail coming down. Tough time for our East Coast friends over there. But over here, we've got lovely SoCal weather happening this weekend. It's going to be beautiful, nice and sunny, not too warm, not too cool. Beautiful, beautiful weather for you all this weekend. We're going to go ahead and walk through what this week will look like. As you can see today, it's about 77, nice, moderate temperatures. And tomorrow will be about 80, so it'll be warming up just a bit. And as we head into the weekend, nice moderate temperatures for spring break. So maybe you're going camping or going downtown, whatever you're up to, it's going to be real lovely weather in the 70s consistently throughout the weekend. Have a wonderful spring break. Thank you so much. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Livy. Sitting with us, we have Paige Panfilio. She's a part of our Good Morning Biola segments, and she's going to show us some crafts she's been working on today.
Yeah, so I have here, this is my scrapbook, and this is a knitting project I've been working on, and a scarf kind of that I've started, and then these were some Valentines that I painted for Valentine's Day. So yeah, I always have something going on.
Oh my goodness.
How long have you been working on the scrapbook? It looks so pretty.
Thank you. I started this in 2024, so very beginning of very end of 2024. So to start out 2025, and I committed to doing it for a year, and I did it for a year. I actually have to finish it out, but yeah, it's been like just such a fun project to be able to look back on and kind of see what I've done throughout, the year.
Yeah, this is such an adorable way to keep like track of your year and like, oh, I'm feeling inspired. I need to do it. Yeah, I need to do it for myself.
It's super fun. Yeah, I love doing it, and anyone can do it. It's a very universal thing. This is actually one of the old books that I had in my house. So just like grab a book and start doing it, and it's really fun.
So fun.
Then with your knitting, or is that crocheting?
What are you knitting? Yeah, so there's 2 needles, so it's knitting.
Okay, so what are you working on? I love the colors with it.
Yeah, so I'm just started a scarf. I've been like working on a border, kind of some new techniques, and then this is my first time using 2 different yarns to make like one string, if that makes sense. So I'm layering it, which has been a new and fun way to kind of create the ombre, but also have it be consistent.
I crochet, so this is like so cool.
Super
yeah,
cool.
I love those colors.
They're very
too,
similar. The fiber arts are very similar.
Yes, and then these little things. This is so detailed. What did you do with it?
Thank you. It's
like
just watercolor.
Oh, yeah,
so watercolor, and then I just layered it, layer by layer, and let each dry, and then went back and did the little detail. It was so fun.
Did you do this with friends or give them to friends?
Yeah, I made them for friends.
That's so cute.
Well, thank you so much, Paige, for joining us and showing your crafts. And thank you all for tuning in to Season 11, Episode 1 of Good Morning Biola. I'm Anna Roth.
I'm Taylor Lopez.
And I'm Hannah Melgoza. And you Eagles have a good week.